The Bible is right.
Yes.
No matter who it is. Welcome to Pride Month. Well, they're prideful. He pressed them, verse 3. They entered into his house and they made him a feast. Lot's doing a nice job of trying to be a good host. He bakes and cooks for them, cooks to their needs, unleavened bread, and they ate. But before they lay down, the men of Sodom, even the men, not the women, the men of Sodom, compassed the house round about, both old and young. Notice that they don't reproduce, but they do recruit. Old and young. All the people from every quarter. They're all getting together. They're going to have a march. They're going to have a gay pride parade right there in front of Lot's house. And they want these guys to come out and participate and support. Well, you know how they want you to support, don't you? They want you to bend to everything they want from you. You will bend to our will. You will bend. And you know what America's done? They've bent.
That's right.
Give in at every quarter.
That's right.
Guess what's coming? Doomsday. Doomsday's coming to America. Be not deceived, God is not mocked. Whatsoever man soweth, that works on a national level too. You're not going to get by sowing what we've sowed without reaping.
Yeah.
Now, every one of us is watching gas prices, food prices, all this stuff going on. You don't think there's a reason for that? You don't think God going, okay, that's what you want. This is what you want. Then this is what you'll get.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll make you choke on it.
Yeah.
And then you worry about your children. Are they safe? You can't even let them go outside anymore.
That's right.
Amen.
Amen.
Courts ain't going to do nothing. They're not going to prosecute them. Matter of fact, the laws are getting more and more lenient as we speak. Police have less and less authority. They're not allowed. They're not allowed. There's a shooting in Texas, and they were telling them don't even go in. Right now, we're proud, ain't we? They compassed the house, and they called unto Lot, and the men said unto him, Where are the men which they came in unto thee this night? Bring them out unto us that we may know them. And Lot went at the door unto them and shut the door after him. In other words, Lot puts himself between them and the crowd. He's going to stand up. He's going to try to protect them. And they said, well, you know, preacher, in the original Hebrew there in the Aramaic, that get to know him was just to have an introduction. Yeah? Well, let's let the Bible describe what's going to happen instead of trying to go back to the Aramaic. Lot says, I pray, brethren, do not so wickedly. Well, if he's just wanting to introduce himself, that's not wicked. Why is he calling that wicked? Evidently, that get to know them must mean something more than that.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because Lot just said, that's wicked. Wicked!
Yeah.
Your lifestyle is wicked.
Amen.
Now notice what Lot, he's done lost his rocker. Why? Well, he's going to give his 2 daughters away. Now, brother, I don't know about you. I'd have gave them something, but it wouldn't have been my 2 daughters.
Amen. That's right.
He said, I have 2 daughters which have not known a man. I pray you bring them out unto you and do with them that's good in your eyes. Only unto these men do nothing, for therefore came they under the shadow of my roof. He's going to give up his children. You know what America has done? Gave up their children.
That's right. That's right.
America has given up her children. To where the public education system now dictates. And parents are having less and less influence. There's battles all over this country with parents and school systems about the school system going to allow these children to make decisions and not inform the parents. Notice what else. Then we're going to get on with the message. This is just the introduction. And they said, stand back, verse 9. And they said again, this one fellow, this is what they think of you when you try to get along. You want to get along with them? Try to get along with them? Okay, go ahead, try to get along with them. Watch what's happened the first time you go against them. And they said, stand back. And they said again, this one fellow came in to sojourn, and he will needs to be a judge. Now will we deal worse with thee than with them. In other words, whatever we were going to do to them, buddy, you ain't seen nothing yet what we're going to do to you. And they've already said it was wicked. So I would say that's abominably wicked.
Yeah.
What they were planning on doing with old Lot. Amen? And of course, you know, they pressed sore upon the man, even Lot, and came near to break the door down. Notice they will not obey rules.
Yeah.
They're rule breakers. They think that the things don't apply to them, that you owe them, that they're special and above any required decorum that you should hold to yourself. They're allowed to go outside the norm because of who they are. Now verse 12. Now notice some things and we'll get started here. And the men said unto Lot, hast thou any besides son-in-laws and thy sons and thy daughters, or whatsoever thou hast in the city, bring them out of this place. I tell you, the first thing I want you to notice is Lot is in the middle of a night of woe.
Yeah.
Lot's in the middle of a night that, hey man, I have made some poor decisions. You know what the problem with America is? There coming a time when America's going to wake up and realize that, listen, we've made some poor decisions.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a night of woe because it's going to be too late.
That's right.
Things are happening too quick. Things are changing. Laws are being made. Things are being allowed. And precedents are being set. And once they're set, there's no going back. Once you set a precedent, then you can't unset that precedent. By the sheer nature of the way our system is devised. America's coming to a night of woe.
Yeah.
Why? Because the day of doom is coming. And the more we get involved in this and the more we come around to this, the more likely that God is going to bring discord upon this country. This country is headed for the rocks, friend. This ship is headed. This ship has sailed and the engine is out, the rudder is broken, and the rocks are ahead. You can cry out for revival, and I do. I cry out for my country. I pray for my leaders. I pray for my country. I pray for revival. I beg God. I pray for intercession for this country. But I also am not a fool that I can't see where we're still headed. Don't mean I don't keep praying. But it doesn't mean I'm so stupid I don't see. Night of woe. You know what the night of woe is? It's because of wickedness. Wickedness that we have allowed in a country, in a nation, that was the greatest nation that's ever been formed other than the nation of Israel and been blessed by God above any other nation. In the shortest amount of time, this country in its infancy was one of the greatest nations, greatest giving nation, the greatest supportive nation to other countries, the greatest nation to go out and help and do, the greatest nation to give out the gospel and send forth missionaries, the greatest nation to befriend those, the weak, and to help and to try to be the good guy on the block. Not anymore.